everyone, and welcome, finally, 2 weeks later, nearly, to part 1 of the Demon Wall. Come on. Oh, that Demon Wall. I forgot how long this was. The Baldesion Arsenal! So yes, this is our first part of the Baldesion Arsenal, which includes the first two, technically one first boss slash two, because there's two split bosses, a west and an east. And I'm going to show them both in this because I thought that made the most sense. Anyways, let's do the journals first. We have taken into our safekeeping twin spears of Eureka's forging, Orlasrak the black, and Mundurg the white. Though physically separate, the weapons are etherically linked, and are a single entity in all but form. When brought together, the power of one amplifies that of the other, and even should they be isolated, if one comes under threat, its counterpart will immediately teleport to its aid. So yeah, basically, they're the same entity, but different, so I thought it made sense. Alright, to begin with, this is pretty much the same on both sides, east and west. Besides the elements being a little different, it's basically just kill the trash. If you've got death, it's like actually like pretty hilarious, especially if like a lot of people bring it, because these take a little while to kill. They're like, I don't know what you'd call them, sort of like a little tiny mini boss each, but not really. These have big AoE, easy enough to dodge. On the other side, I think they're the, I can't remember what they're called, but the tank ones, basically. I think that's basically the difference. The east side is the magical side, at least on the lead up, and the west side is the strong physical type. Type? Yeah. Also, leather-bound journal. Fortunately, this defensive mechanism can be defeated. They do not teleport when attacked simultaneously, and thus it is possible to prevent their reunion. Same for this, basically. Watch out for its AoE, don't be behind it, and stay on the flank. And again, easy enough, all stuff that we've dealt with and all stuff that the notorious monsters and trash mobs have prepared you for throughout Eureka. Also, yes, if you couldn't tell from my logograms, basically everyone has to rely on the remembered one because, well, there's no revive in here, so it's that or nothing. Also, the defensive one just greatly helps, especially in your earlier runs before you get elemental gear. So our first challenge is, once I put the hood back on, Owain. So these bosses aren't like apart from Ozma, generally the bosses in here aren't that bad. They have their own little things, and having like a voice chat from Discord or whatever, which is the way that people are basically setting this up, really does help. But especially for these first two, for the west and east, generally they're pretty easy to deal with even without.
I am the bearer of Orlasrak, Spear of the Night. Together with my twin, I shall smite all trespassers. I am the bearer of Mundurg, Spear of the Morning. Standing with my twin, I shall destroy our foes.
You have pretty awesome music, I have to say that. You have your raid wide, standard everyone takes damage attack.
O spear unrelenting, partake of mine essence and unleash mine fury! Mundurg, turn flesh to ash!
So for this one, the way that it basically works is, he puts out the spears and then changes his element, or doesn't. Basically go to a spear of whatever the opposite of his element is. So he's fire, so go to ice. He's ice, go to fire. Simple as that. If you don't know that, it's the type of thing you still might be able to guess. You don't get to see this in this because the DPS is amazing. There's also a phase where ads come out, which are the hands where if you look at them they freeze, and they are basically the best bet for them is to try and lower them together so you can use the DPS, no, the caster limit break.
Mundurg, turn blood to ice!
So they're ice, so go to fire. But basically, yeah, if you don't kill those ads, then it's a wipe. Well, it's not exactly a wipe. People can recover from it, but it's much harder. And this one, all the people with the AoEs get out, all the people with the triangles get in. Again, stuff that we've all learned before. As I nearly messed it up there for me. 3, 2, 1, and done. And yeah, that's basically it. Simple. There is the mechanic which you'll see better on the other side that we skipped. We've cut to now. Oh, no death this time. But yeah, on this side you'll see a bit better that the two of them do work in like parallel. They have to both die for the fight to end. So in that one, we obviously were the slower of the DPS. Because when we killed it, it died. But in this fight, on the west side, you'll see that it's up for quite a bit at 1%, and that's because the DPS was slower on the other side. Also, if I recall from what people have said, basically the west side has a lot less HP, and is generally the easier one. Although I kind of disagree with that. I think that West has less HP, but I would say its mechanics are a little harder. Not like super hard, but a lot harder than matching the element. Or not matching. Opposite of matching, in fact. So yeah, as I said, it's the Vikings on this side. So yeah, basically, castery ones on the right, tanky ones on the left. Paragos everywhere. And yes, again, as we said it on the other side, we have another leather-bound journal. So you have to do both west and east if you want to see both. Same as the other side. Stay away from the tail. Watch out for the AoE. And generally stay on the flank if you can. Or if you're a caster, just get the hell away from it. It cannot be stressed enough that these spears are a single entity. So long as one persists, the other will regenerate and return from apparent destruction. If they are to be eliminated permanently, they must be struck down at the exact same moment, or basically close to. And I believe on this side it's art. Is that right? Yep, art. So we have Owain and art. Two spears of the same spear. That makes sense, right? This one's basically a get in, get out. That's the two mechanics that are super important for this one. But again, we'll go over them as we go.
I am the bearer of Orislach, Spear of the Night. Together with my twin, I shall smite all trespassers. I am the bearer of Mundurg, Spear of the Morning. Standing with my twin, I shall destroy our foes.
So yeah, when it does an out, you get out. And then you have to get in. If he does an in, then you have to get in and then get out. But that's for that phase. That's simple for that one. For it, what I mean more so, again, very wide, it's the spears that come out that are where it's important.
O spear unyielding, become thee 1,000 soldiers.
Yeah, spears are out. So depending on what he does, in or out. So out, and then you want to immediately get away from the spears. So either in or to one of the cardinal very northeast southwest points. So basically all the way in or all the way out. Again, not super difficult. It's the kind of thing where you can be told it once and then be like, alright, easy. So you can see HP is going down very, very fast. And that one's an in, so you want to immediately get on a spear. 2, 1. For this, don't move at all. And then move out of the way. If you move while the dark base or the shadowy floor is up, then you get a really strong movement debuff. Also, that one's just the standard ball drops from sky, get out of the way of ball drops from sky. And yes, as I said, as you can see, basically the other team's taking more time for the DPS. So art will stay on 1% until Owain goes down. The funny thing is, with this particular run, because I've done this a bunch of times now, I believe this is the only time... Wait, is it this? It might not be this one, it might be the next mechanic that comes up. The mechanic comes up and everyone was super confused because it's like, oh my god, we haven't seen this one in so long. That everyone had basically forgotten about it. Back in the middle, back to Myth Call. Yep, it's this one. That was it though. It's just that there's some AoEs included. See? If you get the northeast southwest points, they're also safe. And down goes art. And then basically, to end this video, we'll go into the next one for Raiden, whatever. Where on either side, you go up the stairs, as you'll see in a moment. And basically, it goes up, then east, or up, then west. And you meet up at the top with the other group, and then you become a big old 56 group. Also, this is the first point that the dungeon introduces the trap system, sort of like Palace of the Dead or Heaven on High, although generally these traps are, if you're hit by it, you're dead. I think there are other traps, but people are just so, like, careful about it that they just never get set off. And a bit further, you basically have to have someone with perception to go ahead and figure out where the traps are. Because when you can't be revived, you really need to not be walking into one-hit KO traps. So yes, as we're ending up this video, you go to the top of the stairs to where there's more traps, 4 of them in fact, a lot of ads, and a treasure coffer. All the rest of the people mix up and you get your very first 3 Eureka fragments. See you in the next one for Raiden, whatever. Bye for now.